Beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day. Won't you be my neighbor face? I know y'all like, man, if you don't get your Mr. Rogers looking, man, Mr. Rogers, man, that was like a pure show, man. He said girls will be girls and boys will be boys. That was a pure show. I was just watching the Cosby Show, man. I was just watching the Cosby Show a few minutes ago, or a few hours ago. Felicia Rashad exemplifies, top tier. I don't even know what to say, man. The essence of Black American women. You know what I'm saying? Like that was just another pure show. Made us want a brownstone. You know what I'm saying? Made us want to jump off, get out these projects and make you want something. It gets a good all around. It's a pure show, man. Like, quick recap. If you guys want me to drop the Minnesota remote / sundown town analysis early, I'll drop it today. Just hit me in the comments. I'm gonna keep this short. I was thinking about trying to keep some of my story time shorter because I know the engagement is, some people don't watch it as long. Maybe I'm a little too long-winded or whatever. I was thinking about that, and I said, well, how would I be able to give you guys all of the story? But I might start thinking about breaking them down, looking at different softwares. I use something like CapCut, but CapCut, I use that typically on the phone, but on my laptop, I use something different. So I did an early bird morning game for you guys last night. I did that showing an application called CC Cleaner. The next analysis I want to do is going to be about streaming. Did technology destroy some of artists' bag? That's a good question. We have a lot of evidence that would support that to a certain degree. So I'm going to be kind of looking at when did the technology start? We want to look into that and analyze that. We want to look at who benefited from it, because there was people that benefited from it. But it did destroy a lot of small businesses. And I talk about that in the Minnesota Sundown Town / remote, analysis, where I'm breaking down like, okay, well, I'd have to go way, way far out to get property for the dirt to work remote. You know what I'm saying? If there's something that offered a remote position, so to say. So I'm hearing a lot of people doing that. Some people are working in some of these local towns. Some people are leaving technology. There was a banker. This dude was like a millionaire. He was like at Goldman Sachs, or he was some big banker or something like that. He went and got him a wine farm. He walked away from it all. And now that man got acres and a wine farm and all kind of stuff like that. It takes some money, and it takes a lot of gall to just drop your career. You may not have $200,000-$300,000 in the bank to just leave it all. Some people are actually doing it. They just walking away. Because as much as I want to promote and advocate how I got into this game and promote these books and doing whatever, the thing is y'all are humans. You may get sick of a keyboard one day and say, to hell with it, I'm about to just go ahead and create me a farm or something like that. Eggs cost too much. This and that costs too much. So we're humans. We're human beings before this keyboard. So, I'm gonna do. I've seen something. And this stuff I've been worried. Y'all know I'm a huge music historian, music critic, music consumer. One of my favorite things to discuss, especially like when I went into IPR, this interesting thing was publishing and royalties and all that kind of stuff. And I start to kind of think of one thing like, do y'all know anybody that knows how to create VSTs? That's IT, that's technology. If you use Fruity Loops or something like that, do you know how to create? There's AI now, and I believe what my homie Titan was telling me with Cursor, you can create VSTs with Cursor. You could use AI to create VSTs, and then here's the question. how does publishing or royalties work based on that music? If you create some music and you create a VST, do you have to patent it? Is it automatically copyrighted through the code? That's something that we really need to discuss, because I remember something David Banner was saying, that a lot of y'all, you know, young people, they just want to get on the stage and rap, and some people want to make beats, but what about all the jingles? I was watching something where they said Pusha T made the McDonald's jingle, and then he didn't get his royalties right, so he went to Arby's and got his 40% on his publishing. So he learned from his mistake. So everything, something the Banner was saying was that everything has a button. Even this car I'm in right now, your phone, everything has a button. Is there any royalties for creating sounds? If you push a button on your MPC, or if you push a button on a phone, or if you push any button, you have buttons, you have sounds in, we got this dishwasher. You know, all these have sounds and chimes. Somebody had to design that. Somebody had to design that, y'all. You never think about it because you use it. You look past this stuff, you take it for granted from just the basic little things that we use. But there's garage door openers, dishwashers, appliances, cars, trucks, vehicles. They all have sounds. A lot of this stuff is in data banks and sound modules. Who programs that sound is my question to y'all. That's my question to you. Who programs that? How do you program that? You see what I'm saying? It makes me kind of wanna, you know. Another thing I wanna do an analysis on is you know, archiving. I talk about that. Archiving our culture, gatekeeping our culture. You know, you got pictures of of folks in your lineage and people from your background and family members and art and stuff like that. Yeah, Google Drive is cool, but do we need some kind of centralized shared archive that black folks here can you know, they can share? What if there was like some kind of archive, and not something where people just come in like Wikipedia and just edit, but then there might be a little gatekeeping involved, because you might have somebody to come in and be like, well, yeah, that's my group, that's my people, and it's not at all. They ain't got no paperwork to prove it. So like if checks start coming out later on, they like, oh, well, you know, I want in on it too. And if you kind of look at other societies, if you look at, you know, in Jewish society and in Native American tribes and stuff like that, they have paperwork. They gatekeep. Everybody can't just come in and just say, let me get a check or let me get some benefits or whatever. They have a code of conduct, and they have a very serious one, and they have a very serious criteria for who gets what. We're going to gatekeep this money and this culture and these benefits, and only certain people get it. And, you know, I was thinking about it one day and said, well, you know, that's what they're supposed to do. That's what they're supposed to do. And they're doing it. And that's what we're supposed to do. So we can't really get mad at these other cultures for that. Can't do it. We have to start doing that ourselves. And we very well can. So I was just kind of thinking about that. I was really thinking about that, man. So I thought about also, like, I don't know what they call it, but it's in a library, and you could go into, and they got the archives of their own, but it's like a little projector, and then you just take the newspaper and you kind of just run it through or something like that. Is there like some kind of digital technology where you can, they don't let you take it out the library, but is there some kind of way where we can scan some of that stuff and put it in like a centralized repository? That's a question. You find out how to create a tool like that, you might make some money. I'm talking about problems here. And, you know, where there's chaos, there's opportunity. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this, man. This is my digital journal. I'm going to keep it real short. That's the things you got, some of the topics that I got coming up. If y'all want me to go ahead and drop that, this is set tomorrow for 8 a.m. If you want me to drop it early, give me 3 to 4 comments and some likes, and I'll drop it.